Why sibling rival hurts more than we think? Many people think rivalry is harmless, but let's dig deeper. Rivalry doesn't just stay between kids. Rivalry shapes identity. Rivalry teaches lessons. Rivalry creates belief about love, fairness, and belonging. When kids constantly feel second best, they grow up doubting their worth. When kids constantly feel they must fight for attention, they grow up desperate for approval. And when kids constantly feel compared, they grow up comparing themselves to everyone. So, sibling rival, when left unchecked, does not end in childhood. It becomes a training ground for insecurity. It becomes a classroom for low self-esteem. Parents who ignore rivalry are not just ignoring noise. They are ignoring a cycle. They are ignoring seeds that grow into weeds, choking love, choking trust, choking unity in the family tree. So, how inaction turns into permanent damage. Parents sometimes think they will grow out of it, but if rivalry is left unchecked, it grows deeper roots. Children begin to form identities around rivalry. One becomes the smart one becomes the troublemaker, one becomes the quiet one. Labels form, and those labels stick. Instead of bonding, siblings begin to compete. Instead of helping, siblings begin to hurt. Instead of building trust, siblings build walls. And one day, those walls become permanent. You see adult siblings who don't speak. You see families torn apart. You see children who grew up in the same home but act like strangers. That is the cost of parental inaction. Not just a fight over a toy, not just an argument about homework, but a broken bond that could have been prevented if parents acted early. Why stopping hate between kids truly matters? This is the heart of our message. Stopping hate between kids is not just about peace and quiet in the home. It's about raising children who know love, who know unity, who know fairness. When parents step in, they teach kids how to resolve conflict. When parents guide, they teach kids how to value each other. When parents protect, they show kids that love is bigger than rivalry. Stopping hate matters because siblings are the first friends. They are the first partners in life. They are the first teammates. And if that first bond is broken, children carry scars into every other relationship. So yes, stopping rivalry matters. It matters for the family, it matters for the future, it matters for the generations. So in this part, we've looked at why sibling rivalry is not just small fights. We've seen how parental inaction makes it worse. And we have seen why stopping hate matters so deeply. So into the next section, we will break down the psychology of rivalry. What's really going on inside a child's mind and why parents have the power to change it. Ignoring it plants deep seeds of hate. Now, let's explore the psychology of rivalry. Why do kids fight so hard for attention? Why do parents sometimes make rivalry worse without even knowing? And what mistakes must parents stop making today? The psychology of sibling rivalry. At the heart of rivalry is a single need, the need to belong. Every child wants to feel loved. Every child wants to feel seen. Every child wants to feel chosen. But when there are two or three or four children, the human mind naturally begins to compare. Children notices who gets more hugs. They notice who gets praised more. They notice who gets blamed more. Psychologists call this the fight of validation. Children don't just want toys. They want proof that they matter. And when they feel that proof slipping away, they fight harder. One child may act loudly, another may withdraw quietly, another may compete in grades, sports, or attention seeking. Different actions, but the same roots: the hunger for love and fairness. How parents accidentally make rivalry worse. Now, here is where parental inaction becomes dangerous. Sometimes parents think they are neutral. They think by staying silent, they are avoiding favoritism. But silence itself becomes favoritism. When a parent doesn't step in, the stronger child feels free to dominate. The quieter child feels unprotected, and both children receive a silent message: your bond doesn't matter. Other times, parents actually fuel rivalry without knowing. They say things like, why can't you be more like your brother? Or your sister is always better at this. These little statements act like fuel on fire. Even small things like giving one child more chores, or always defending one child, or laughing when siblings fight. These choices send signals that one child is valued more. So while rivalry starts naturally, parental behavior decides if it will fade or explode. The role of comparison in rivalry. Comparison is one of the sharpest weapons in rivalry. When parents compare, children doesn't just hear words, they feel identity. A child who hears your sister is smarter will carry that voice for years. A child who hears your brother is stronger will feel smaller every day. Comparison teaches children to see siblings not as partners but as enemies. It tells them love is limited. It tells them love must be earned. And so, instead of building teamwork, comparison builds competition. Instead of building unity, comparison builds jealousy. That is why wise parents stop comparing. They focus on unique strengths. They speak words that affirm individually. They celebrate differences, not rankings. The silent wounds of parental inaction. Here is something many parents miss. Rivalry is not just about loud fights. Rivalry also hides in silence. When children stop fighting loudly, some parents feel relieved. They think the rivalry is gone, but sometimes it has only gone underground. One child may stop speaking, another may start avoiding family time, another may keep feelings locked inside. And those silent wounds are even more dangerous. Parental inaction here means parents never ask, never noticed, never heard. They assume peace, but it is actually distance. And distance is the beginning of broken bonds. Why children need guidance, not just freedom. Some parents believe children should figure it out themselves. They think rivalry will teach kids independence. But the truth is, rivalry without guidance teaches selfishness. Children don't naturally know how to resolve conflict. They don't automatically know how to respect others. They need parents to model, to teach, to show. If parents step back, children may learn survival, but not love. They may learn to fight, but not to forgive. They may learn to win, but not to share. Guidance is the key, not control, not favoritism, but guidance. Parents who step in at the right time build harmony. Parents who ignore teach hostility. The mistakes parents must stop making. There are common mistakes that fuel rivalry. If you are a parent, avoid this today. Ignoring fights completely. Small fights grow into big wounds. Silence is not neutral. Taking sides too often, always protecting one child, creates resentment. Using comparison as discipline. This damages both children. Assuming rivalry is harmless, it shapes identity for life. Laughing at sibling fights, it teaches that hurting each other is entertainment. Labeling children, calling one the good child and the another bad child, builds division. Delaying intervention, waiting too long makes healing harder. Parents must see that every choice either heals or harms sibling relationships. There is no middle ground. The parents' power to rewrite rivalry. Here are the good news. Rivalry can be redirected. Parents have the power. By showing fairness, by listening, by teaching communication, parents can turn rivalry into respect. They can teach siblings that love is not a competition. They can create homes where children fight less and support more. The truth is simple. Rivalry may start naturally, but resolution must start with parents. If parents don't act, rivalry writes the story. If parents do act, love writes the story. So, we have explored the psychology of rivalry. We've seen how parents sometimes make it worse without knowing. And we have listed mistakes parents must stop making today. We will go deeper into practical steps how parents can actively stop rivalry, guide children towards peace, and build strong sibling bonds that last a lifetime. We have seen how rivalry grows. We have seen how silence and comparison make it worse. Now it's time to talk solutions. Parents often ask, what can I actually do? How do I stop rivalry without showing favoritism? How do I build peace in my home? Let's get there. So, step 1, set the tone of fairness. Every home has a tone. Some homes sound like chaos. Some homes sound like competition. Wise parents set a tone of fairness. Fairness does not mean treating every child exactly the same. Fairness means treating each child according to their needs, while making sure no one feels forgotten. When parents show fairness, children relax. They don't feel the need to fight for attention. They don't feel the need to attack for recognition. They trust that love is shared. So parents must watch their words, their time, and their discipline. Balance is the key. Children can tell when love is one-sided, but they can also tell when love is truly fair. Step 2, intervene early and calmly. Parents should not wait for rivalry to become a war. Step in early. Don't allow constant teasing, constant name calling, or constant fighting. Intervene before wounds go deep. But here is the secret. Intervene calmly. Don't enter the fight with more shouting. Don't turn into another competitor. Step in with calm authority. When children see calm correction, they learn that problems can be solved without explosion. When parents explode, children learn that conflict must always be loud. So step in early, but do it with calm, steady leadership. Step 3, teach problem solving. Children don't know how to solve problems naturally. They need training. Parents must be coaches, not just referees. Instead of only saying, stop fighting, teach them how to share. Teach them how to take turns. Teach them how to use words of fist. How to use words instead of fists. One of the best lessons is, I understand you. Now, let's find the solution. When children learn to hear each other, rivalry starts to fade. Parents who teach problem solving are not just stopping one fight. They are shaping a skill that children will carry for life. Step 4, celebrate differences, not comparison. Every child is different. One may be strong in academics, another may be strong in creativity, another may be strong in sports. The danger comes when parents compare. Wise parents celebrate uniqueness. They say, you are good at this. Your brother is good at that. Both of you are important. This removes the idea that love is limited. It teaches children that they don't need to fight for a single spotlight. Each one has their own. Celebrate differences. Celebrating differences turns rivalry into respect. It shows children that value is not about being the same. It is about being special in your own way. 5. Build teamwork opportunities. Rivalry fades when siblings work together. Parents can guide this by creating teamwork moments. Simple tasks where siblings must help each other. Shared goals where they succeed together. Projects where they combine skills. When siblings only see each other as competitors, rivalry grows. But when they see each other as teammates, unity grows. So parents must not only stop fights, they must create opportunities for siblings to win together. Step 6. Model respect as parents. Children learn more from what parents do than from what parents say. If parents insult each other, children copy. If parents shout constantly, children repeat. But if parents show respect, patience, and fairness, children learn the same. Rivalry is reduced when children see love modeled in the home. Respect is not taught with lectures. It is taught with example. Parents must live what they want their children to practice. Step 7. Create family rules but respect. Every family needs clear rules. Rules that everyone understands. Rules that say no name calling, no hitting, no mocking. Rules that say respect is expected, not optional. When rules are clear, children know where the line is. They don't have to guess. They don't have to test. And when parents enforce rules fairly, rivalry loses power. Children see that respect is not a game, it is a standard. Step 8. Give equal attention. Attention is one of the biggest triggers of rivalry. When one child feels ignored, jealousy grows. Parents must make time for each child individually, not always together, not always in a group. One-on-one time tells a child, you matter, you are seen. This reduces the hunger for competition. It assures children that they don't have to fight for love. They already have it. Step 9. Praise cooperation, not just achievements. Parents often praise grades, awards, or performance. But to reduce rivalry, praise must also highlight cooperation. Say things like, I love how you helped your sister, or I am proud of how you shared with your brother. When children see that cooperation brings praise, they repeat it. When only competition is rewarded, rivalry never ends. So celebrate kindness, not just medals. Celebrate teamwork, not just individual victory. Step 10, stay consistent. Consistency is the secret glue. If parents are fair one day and unfair the next day, rivalry grows. If parents discipline sometimes and ignore other times, rivalry grows. Children need steady, predictable leadership. They need to know that rules will not change with mood. They need to trust that fairness is not temporary. Consistency tells children love is safe here. Fairness is stable here. And rivalry cannot survive in that environment. We have seen how parents can act with fairness, calmness, and wisdom. We have learned how to celebrate uniqueness, build teamwork, and praise cooperation. We are going to explore the long-term benefits of stopping rivalry and how early action builds stronger adults, healthier families, and lasting unity. Stay tuned.